Hello traders, for part 2 in the footprint trading series. Let's do it. What we had talked about last time was volume concentration, where we looked at different candlesticks on a higher delta. Right now we're just using a 1 million delta. A higher delta, I think it was like $10 million. And we looked to see were more people buying at the bottom of the candle, the midpoint of the candle, or the top of the candle, and that would dictate the likelihood of where price would go in the future. Now what we're going to talk about today is a topic that I really don't think many footprint traders do talk about, and that's why I did choose this topic for today's video, and that's time. So this is not segregated by an equal amount of time. You can see some of these candles are 42.16, and then it was 44 was the next candle. Whereas other candles are very close together. For example, here, 49.51 for this candle, and then 49.51 for this candle as well. The reason for that is because I have a delta of 1 million, which means when either 1 million negative delta has been reached or 1 million positive delta has been reached since the last time it was reached, it will print a new candle. So that can take any amount of time for that delta to be reached. Now, what I have found is that this really can say a lot about tops and bottoms. So I'm going to show you guys a candlestick here. Look at this candle right here. I'm not going to reveal it, but we see downtrend. We see negative deltas, and concentration-wise, we're seeing a good amount of selling at the midpoint of candles. This all looks pretty bearish. And then we see this candle right here. Now, first thing I do want to say about this candle is, yes, we do see a lot of buying at the top. However, what do we see here? Well, this candle, this selling candle was at 51.48. This candle was at 51.51. So it only took 3 seconds for this one to occur. And then once it did, it led to the next candle within 9 seconds, 51.51 to 52 o'clock. This amount of buying actually started an uptrend. And this would have been a really good time to have bought right around here in the low 66 teens. And this could have been a pretty massive profit. So let's go look at what happened during this uptrend. We can see just consistent buying, really no reason at this point to be bearish. Now, this is really important. If you're holding along or holding any kind of bullish position and you think, and you're looking at footprint charts, you're doing the exact same thing that I'm doing, looking at time and looking at the deltas here and the volume, we can see that the time, this all still looks quite bullish. What you want to wait for is for a bearish candle. We don't always want to just exit a trade during an uptrend just because it's going up, because that can lead to early profit taking, which isn't always great. What we want to do is we want to wait for bigger players to announce that they really want to get out or want to short, and that's when we typically want to, instead of just guessing where to. And just an example that would be like selling here or selling here. Really not much point to sell there. This looks clearly dominant from the bulls, especially this candle where we had a great concentration there. Now what do we see here? It looks like we're flat. We're going flat a bit. Now we're going down a bit. Well, that's one thing. We see a lot of numbers, but let's take time into account here. So what was happening as price was going flat? How quickly did price transition from flat to down? So this was 127.33 seconds. And then it took a long amount of time, 134.57. So what that actually tells me is that price was moving up, right? Price was moving up, and then it stalled for quite some time. And then here, as it was selling off, it really took a long time to sell. 141.05 to 145.30 for it to go down that much for a delta of 1 mil. Then to 146.51. Really, it's not... These sellers don't really look very excited at the current moment, do they? I mean, if this was strong, what would we see? Well, we would see a brief consolidation, really if any consolidation. We'd see heavy selling with great concentration of selling near the top of a candle, and we would see quick selling, not selling that takes 4 minutes to reach only a delta of negative 1 million. So this is bullish to me, and if I was holding my long position that we began all the way back down here, I'd hold. For better or worse. I mean, I actually don't remember if price goes down after this, but hey, we'll see. So we see a lot of things going on here. This is just, okay, now we see a super abundance of volume. So before, this looks quite bullish to me. Now we're just seeing a lot of things happening all at once, and that's great. So, okay, I'm glad price went up there, because that, you can see that is this kind of strategy and what it looks like. Really, we're just seeing how long does it take for price to go up, how long does it take for price to go down, and then we're bullish if it's quick, and we're bearish. I mean, we're bullish if it's quick going up. We're bearish if it's quick going down. For the most part, not always, but for the most part. And that's really the thesis of this video. If you want to get one sentence, one soundbite out of that, it'd be that. That's really what you're looking for when you look at these delta footprint charts. So we can see I'd still hold my long that I got from the 66.16. Really not much reason at this point, but let's do another time analysis. I want to do a time analysis from here to here. How much time did it take for each of these candles? 240.53, and the top was at 251. It took 11 minutes for price to go up about $25, about $25 took about 11 minutes, and each of these candles, it looks like it did take quite a bit of time. So this to me is telling me that price might not be as bullish now. We'll see, yeah. And then let's see how quickly it goes down. So we go from a bearish candle here that we can clearly see, 251.31, and I'm reading that number here, by the way, guys. 255.23, 257.25. Decent amount of time, not really great selling at the onset. Let's keep looking. 257.56. This is more important. It took only 30 seconds for price to do this now to reach another negative 1 million. Now the sellers are really coming in here. This is making me anxious to be long. What would I do in this situation? Well, I think that at this point, maybe look for a weak pullback upward to sell, or sell now. Let's go look at these candles here. Now price is kind of just, okay, yeah. Sorry for the zooming in all over the place. It looks like price flatlined here with a lot of market selling and market buying going on. And the time it took quite some time. You can see 301 here. We stall from 301 to 346, around similar prices, reaching a lot of deltas. This, to me, I mean, we know what happens. Price does go down, but this, to me, just overall looks bearish. Prolonged consolidation, sellers here, and the sellers take us lower. And let's go look at how low the sellers take us. So let's look at this analysis here of this downtrend. And let me get the zoom. Come on. You're better than that. Okay, now I screwed up the zoom. Ugh. All right, so what we see is 453.39, 5 o'clock. Oh, that guy took a long time. How much did we go? That's not great for the bears, but it's not terrible. 501, 503, 505. Yeah, all pretty normal. Where does any buying take place, and how quickly does that buying occur? Well, we see 507.34, 507.46, 507.59. So the buyers are gaining energy here. Do we think that this is enough? This looks pretty good. It's quick buying, and is this slow selling on our footprint? Well, it's actually the selling sped up here, but this is pretty quick buying, which to me does seem a little bit more bullish. And look at that, price rises. Just like that. What we diagnosed here was that the bulls were quick. They were ready to grab these prices. They weren't waiting around for 30 minutes to reach a delta of 1 mil. They were quick to buy 1 million here, and price went up as a result. Let's see if we can actually pick the bottom now. I mean the top now. So what we see here is the sellers are beginning to really pick up. 553.23, 553.49, 556. Not really strong, but yeah. I'm gonna scroll way more forward to something I don't even know what we're gonna look at. Or maybe if I did this, then we could. Oh, now I have no idea what we're gonna land on. All right, this is the roulette. I have no idea what happened here. This is, oh my god, so much buying and selling. Let's go. I just want to find a clear top or bottom. A clear. Oh. Current price, sure, yeah, there you go. Okay, that did not cooperate. What did cooperate is, let's go look at this uptrend here. 1248.15 to 1240. Oh, this is quick buying. 1248.18 to 1248.18 to 1249.34. This is pretty strong buying here. This to me looks pretty bullish. Yeah, this to me overall looks really bullish. We're seeing some pretty fast buying and then consolidation. So I would expect price to keep rising. But anyway, these are crazy candles, just complete mess all over the place. But let's go look at what happened when price rose. 1328, 13, 1334, 49, 52. Okay, so a little bit strange here. I still think that this is bullish though. The bears haven't really proven themselves. meaning that I haven't seen a fast sell spike where a lot of selling occurs. So this, to me, very short term looks quite bullish. Now, final part of this video, if you're saying, well, you're using more of a scalping mindset, very short term bullish here, we're probably going to rise. But you can also apply this on other time frames. If you want to use a delta 50 million, 20 million, you can still look at the amount of time that it takes for price to sell off, the amount of time that it takes for price to buy up, and then use that in your analysis as too. So with that, hope this was helpful to look at footprint charts in a bit of a different way, segregating by time and looking at the speed of buying and the speed of selling. With that, happy trading.